Good morning. It is May the 19th, 2016. The ECB's comments this morning, their release of their minutes, commentary, and Dudley's speech at 10:30 a.m. are deemed the most important news items today. We do have jobless claims, leading economic indicators, and Philly Fed. Jobless claims is expected at 275. That's the new default number. Philly Fed at 3, a positive 3.0. Chicago Fed's National Activity Index was minus 0.44. Have no estimate for today. That's a pretty good tell on the state of the economy. LEI at a plus 0.4, and the natural gas inventories at plus 75 BCF. So I think Dudley and the direction of the stock market are going to be in play today. We should get a test of the lows. Probably stops beneath 08, especially if the EMini is up. The EMini's up early off of Walmart's earnings, which beat everybody's consensus estimates. We'll see how far that carries. Yesterday, when the market got close to 2040, some people have characterized it as there was magical support, especially in light of the news from the Fed. So 2030 is the number. If the market, EMini can't get below 2030, it can still rally. And the Fed wants the market higher, as does the EU's central bank, as does the Bank of Japan, as does the People's Bank of China. They want everybody. They can all point to the stock market being high, and no need to worry about what's going on in the economy. So the first resistance is at 16 to 20, so we'll sell 15s to 19s, sell 1, 23, 27, sell 2. On the buy side, I think we're going to go a little bit lower. I'm going to put a question mark at 9. I think we got a shot at the buck, so we'll make 1 to 5, buy 1, and then 25 to 29, buy 2. Now, if the market cannot take out this low, it should probe above 20 looking for resistance. And if you wanted a structural sell, you'd have a sell at 26. 26 and a half. And we've got volume, you can see right here at 24, 25. So that's where our 23, 27 comes from, picking up this area right here. The 15 to 19 sell picks up this R high, that P high, that M high, and this Y high right there. So this is 1, that's 2. Got volume at 4. The buck is a round number. That's the 1 to 5, and 25 to 29 allows us to go a little bit lower. So down to the early E-minis direction, and it looks like it's still being supported. Can't let it go below 2030, even though every fundamental measurement out there on the economy says that things are contracting. We don't have the growth that is anticipated. And what we see every year is that we get 3% growth estimates for the next year, and they whittle them down. Moody's just cut their growth estimate for 2016 from 2.3, and it was higher than that when they started out, guesstimating 2016 to 2.0. So the cuts will continue as the economic data rolls in. Okay, first area of resistance is 1, 27 to 31, sell 1. Got this high volume area, 7 to 11, sell 2. On the buy side, 4 to 8, buy 1. That's that first area, so 29s to 01s, buy 1. Let go a little bit lower but not break, because the tendency after a trend day piece of news is to consolidate. And then 17 to 21, buy 2. This contract's got a lot of volatility. It can move quickly. The knob spread is up a little bit overnight. Gold's off. No reason to own gold. Fed's going to raise interest rates, and you can start earning money on your money. Sell gold. This is a news change. And Dudley, I think Williams and Lockhart on Tuesday said that interest rate increases were on the table in June, and lo and behold, that's what the minutes showed. What's interesting is that the statements that came out of the April FOMC rate decision were pretty damn dovish. And here you see the actual minutes that the interest rates would be increased in June if the economy, labor market, dollar permit. So misguidance as opposed to guidance would probably be a more accurate characterization of what the Fed does. But you know, we're put in the position right now. You can't trust or believe anybody anymore. You know, the assumption just has to be if they say it's so, it's not so. Okay, 1250, buy one. Get through that, we're really headed down to that 1235 area. Got a little bulge down here at 44, so 45, 43 for buy two. And on the sell side, 55, 57, pretty aggressive. 60, 62 for sell two. But you know, this is, you hate to think that we're going to become like the Russians did, where but we do. We have to read between the lines. Did they really say what was so, or is it not so? We have to play those kind of games, and it adds to the burden. And one of the nice things about what we do is that we really don't have to know who or why. We can just see that they are operating from the short side or the long side. And that makes our job easier as traders. Put yourself in a fundamentalist shoes right now. Okay, gold, buying against 50, then buying against 45, selling 55. Basically, we're selling 55s to 60s and buying 45s to 50s. That's where we are on gold. Put yourself in a fundamentalist shoes, and how in the hell do you approach this deal? Well, in a sense, they can only approach the market one way, at whatever their investment guidelines are, and they have to be 95, 98% invested, usually from the long side, unless you're a hedge fund, whether you want to be or not. Okay, the euro is still selling. The European Central Bank made a statement at 7:30 Eastern. Looks like it was negative. And it should be lower because they don't pay you any money on your money. And the United States pays you money on your money, and can pay you more come June. So that's what's driving this market right now, and it should be lower, and it is. So 112, we're there. Looks like we're headed lower, so 1175. Buy one. 12 probably is going to slow the market down a little bit. 1150, buy two. We'll put a question mark at 12, but it looks like that's coming out. 15 to 25, sell one. 35 to 45, sell two. Now, what is Dudley going to say at 10 o'clock this morning that will change the FOMC minutes and what Lockhart and Williams said on Tuesday? Probably not much. But again, this Fed plays games, and you know, good cop, bad cop. Have to kind of pay attention to that. he might come out and change the game a little bit. Okay, crude's off because of a stronger dollar. Crude is priced in dollars. Higher dollar means the price of crude can go down, and it is. And then we have our breakout from 47. So I still think we're headed above 50. Articles out about where production out of the Nigerian Delta is as low as it's been. I believe they said in 30 years. I might have that number wrong. So maybe a little bit lower. Put a question mark at 50. Stops below 50. Think we can buy it a little bit cheaper than 46.50, 46.75. Buy 2. On the sell side, 48, 48 and a quarter. 48.50, 48.75 for sell 2. Okay, let's take a look at the EMini and big picture perspective, or as they'd say in East Tennessee, perspective. There's your break at basically 2030. Got a seller at 75. 40 points from that takes us to 25. 50 points takes us to 15. You can see we have this break at 12 to 15. So 15 plus or minus, 30 plus or minus is where support is right now, and there's probably a seller at definitely at 50, which is a ways away. We're at 38.75. Looking at the F1 screen, to fine tune this a little bit, got volume at 38.5. Got this low down there at basically 20. We have a low at 27. And we have a low at 30. So 20, 27 to 30 is where support is. Right now we're currently at 38. And that's where value is in that particular distribution. Looking at the F2 screen, the high volume number is up here at 42. We're at 39. So 42, 45. Sell 1. Might take a 39 to get in if it's really truly going to sell this morning. And 49 to 53. Sell 2. On the buy side, 30 to 32. Buy 1. 23, 25. Buy 2. 275 jobless claims. Philly Fed plus 3. Chicago Fed's National Activity Index, it was minus 0.44. LAI plus 0.4. Natural gas inventories plus 75B. And that's the default for the summer. They inject about 75 billion cubic feet a week to rebuild storage for next winter. It's kind of built in, kind of expected. Okay, it might take 39 to get off a short this morning. I think we can go a little bit higher. Jobless claims came in higher than forecast last week. The default was 260, now it's 275. So they're padding for more people being laid off. Okay, it's going to take a bit to get everything up and posted. I'm going to get busy on that. I will be back with you as soon as possible.